Hey, welcome, Lianne.
Thank you, Joel.
So I am Pronger Faulkner, for those who don't know. I'm here today with Lianne Waters to talk about our collaboration book, Absolute Will, which was released last month in October 2021. Thank you for being here, Lianne.
Thank you so much, Joe, for having me.
The idea for this book collaboration came to me early this year as I was actually still working on my first book, and I kept allowing myself to get distracted with other things on my to-do list. One of which was trying to come up with a fundraising idea for a project that my fiance Mike and I want to do in Nicaragua. Eventually, the urge to create an inspirational collaboration got so strong that I knew I needed to make it a reality. And I wanted women from around the world, as many countries as possible, to make this a real global effort of inspiring others. And I wanted it to have a health and willpower aspect to each story. So when the idea hit me that a book collaboration would be a great way to fundraise, this book quickly moved up to the #1 priority on my to-do list. And I wanted to make it happen before the end of the year. And as you can attest to, Lianne, we had some tight timelines.
We sure did.
Some crazy times. So all of the profits from the author entry fees and the sales through the first month of our launch are going towards Mike and I building a house for a family in Nicaragua who doesn't have a home of their own. And I'm so thrilled that we have 21 authors in this book, Lianne, me, and 19 other amazing women from 7 countries around the world, Africa and Bulgaria. And we have linked arms to share our personal, vulnerable, insightful, true stories of willpower when facing emotional and mental health crises, physical injuries, and disease. We didn't do this through a traditional publishing house. This is self-published. It's a grassroots effort. We've all just been self-promoting, and that makes what we've done with it so far all the more incredible. My first book became a bestseller in 2 categories, so I was pretty sure we could do that with Absolute Will, especially after tweaking some of my strategies, plus the fact we would have a built-in launch team with all 21 of us sharing it. What I didn't expect was that we would hit #1 bestseller in 8 categories across 3 countries, Canada, the US, and Australia, and that we would hit #1 new release in 30 categories so far across 4 countries, Canada, the US, Australia, and the UK. And this is just in the first 4 weeks. And we hit our 30th last night. So this is super cool. Our reviews so far on this collaboration say that these stories are raw, real, thought-provoking, heartwarming, life-changing, well-written, and that this book is a fantastic read. Can't put it down. The stories are truly inspiring. You feel a personal connection to each of the writers' journeys, and that this book has given so much hope to others. These are all direct quotes from reviews on Amazon. Lianne's chapter is called No Choice, Chapter 14 in Absolute Will. And Lianne and I have known each other personally for several years, and I'm so glad to have her here today to chat about her chapter from her beautiful boat on the ocean on Vancouver Island. Welcome, Lianne.
Thank you. And it's not raining and the sun is shining, finally. Right, awesome. Thank you, Joe. I'm really excited to be part of this. I think when you approached me way back when, like one of the first people, it was like, yes, it was a straight out flat, let's do it. So yeah, super excited about it.
That's so amazing. So can you tell everyone a little bit about who you are, where you're from? I mean, I already basically talked about where you are right now, and what your chapter is all about in Absolute Will.
Awesome. So this book, it's my life story, and it's funny is that when you're in it, you just don't think it's really anything special. You know, you live, you survive, and you do the absolute best that you can do. Coming from that today, but without those events, I would not be who I am today. I would not be here, and it would probably have been very different. So I'm forever ever grateful, right, for all of those excruciating lessons that I had to learn along the way of achieving life's obstacles. And I believe everything happens for a reason. And when I look back now, it's like, yeah, I'm good with it all. So
amazing. That's so amazing. So when you first found out about the collaboration, other than kind of you just like had a quick chat with me, what reasons made you want to jump in?
I think it's been on my bucket list for a long time. And, to do a book is a pretty daunting kind of thing. And it's like, really, what are we talking about from that aspect? So when you said a collaboration, it's one chapter. It's like, yeah, I can do that, and then to be with the other incredible women and reading their stories. And, I've been going through and they are phenomenal. And I think that that's really who we are is, yeah, it's been tough, but that absolute will is in there. And if I can help and inspire and give people the ability to make a difference in their life and help them get through it, then that's really what sort of warms my heart.
That's amazing. And you had several different kind of health aspects to your story, right? You had some physical health issues going on, as well as some, emotional things going on. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
So I think the number one component of it is, from the health perspective, is adrenal fatigue, right? This is not a medically diagnosed disease off of there. But I think that once we start talking about it, as I've been sharing my story with clients and friends, is that we as women, right, will have some degree of adrenal fatigue. And that's really running on high levels of stress, which I think the majority of us do. And then it will slowly eat away at the adrenals. And for me, the life events of, starting a new career as a financial advisor, and then having to take a divorce in there because of a family member interfering, all of those things made me crash and burn until there was nothing left in me. I had no idea with what was going on, because you don't really anticipate that coming through. So, yep. So when I did crash and I could not get up, and then being guided by these incredible naturopaths, because that is really how we deal with adrenal fatigue. It's high doses of vitamins. It's no sugar. It's no dairy. It's no gluten. It's no fun. It's no caffeine, no alcohol. And when you do take those things away, it's amazing with what the difference is. So just helping people recognize with what it is and the things that you can do in order to, work through it.
That's amazing. And like you said, now that you're sharing about it more and more, you're realizing that, how helpful it's going to be sharing your story and inspiring others and giving people hope that they can get through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. So writing seems to bring out different experiences for different people. How was the actual writing process for you? And did anything surprise you about writing your chapter?
Well, I think because I was probably one of your earlier people to sign on for the book. And then it, with the delays coming in there, and then it was like, oh, I really have the deadline now, because I believe I did procrastinate on it, because you're going back into all of that dirty, messy, vulnerable, dark periods. But I think it was super therapeutic to actually go back, look at it, digest it, ponder it, and figure out that, what, I did the best that I could, and that how it shaped me today. And I think the biggest thing is to deal with the baggage, right? Every single event coming through your life is going to pick up something. And I think that it really showed me is I've actually worked through a lot of the things. I understand with why they happened. I understand on how I reacted to each of those individual events. So no, I'm actually pretty grateful. And I say I forgive everybody, and I'm grateful to each one of them. And I hope that they heal, right? And I hope they deal with their baggage and work through it, because that's all we can do, is to be the better people that we are.
That's so amazing. I love your perspective. So based on this experience, do you think you'll want to write your own book in the future, or be in another collaboration at some point?
I'm not sure about a book of my own now. I think mostly because I love the collaboration component of it. Just the way that it brings everyone together. And I tell you, going through and reading those stories is great. So a collaboration, absolutely, for sure. I'm not sure if I really have time components to do it on my own right now, but I don't know, maybe that's a retirement plan.
So what's your top piece of advice for someone who might be thinking that they want to become a published author?
I would say is that if you've got and we all have stories, right? Our lives are stories on how we prevail, our dark points, what we teach other people. And I think that we all have that. And I think that everybody has something to share. And I think that that's what the biggest component of it is, right?
That's amazing. Yeah, for sure. So what else are you up to? What's next for you?
Well, I've just taken on that I'm going to do my CFP, Certified Financial Planner course. It's going to be it's running around a 2-year time frame, but I think I want to do it in a year. So
nothing like a challenge.
I know. Well, that's what I figure is I got all these things done. So no, I think that's something that's been it's been on the back burner and thought about it. And I thought, nope, now's the time. Let's just do it. I would love to have more knowledge in my business, especially when it comes to, the estate planning, taxation, family law is a big component of what I would love to learn from that. I'm also going back training now. I'm going to really step up my competitive swimming. I'm going to shoot for nationals in Quebec City in May is my goal, with an ultimate goal of worlds in 2023 in Qatar. And that's just been something that I want to do for myself. And I figure there's no time like starting on it now.
Wow, that's cool. And must take a lot of training, I would think, like hours are you in the pool? How does that,
well,
how does that look?
Now the pools are open. Now the pools are open, going back to the pool. But I'm realizing is that, I'm 56 years old. It will only be the best that I can be. And, I'm not going to, because with the adrenal fatigue, I can't go out and train like a, mad woman kind of thing. I have to be really curious of that, preserving the energy and not overdoing it. So it'll be the best that I can be. And that's all that I'm going to ask of myself. And I'm not going to hurt myself for it.
That's so incredible. You are such an inspiration. That's just amazing, especially like what you've come through and your schedule as well. I mean, you're working full time and you're also, doing extracurricular things like you've got, a grandbaby.
I got a grandbaby. Yes.
And spending time on the water and spending time in your boat. Yeah. Amazing.
I think that that's, where I've come from and going through all of those events, right? I feel I'm at a place now where I feel absolutely great. I have a career I love, the boat, was a retirement plan. COVID said, why are you waiting? Right? I need the balance. And now it's like, anytime I can get down here, I will do that. So.
Oh, I love that you're sitting there for this interview. It's just perfect.
Well, I'm either here in the office or at home, but I prefer it here. It's so calming and it grounds me. I can feel like, it's zen out. So
that's so cool. Yeah. When we logged on, I'm like, are you on your boat?
That's right.
Love it. Awesome. So if you've enjoyed getting to know more about Lianne and you want to connect with her, you can do that through her email at forlianne.waters@gmail.com. So it's number 4, lianne.waters@gmail.com. Lianne, thank you so much for being in this collaboration and for your time today. I truly admire your perspective and your heart for serving others. And I'm so honored that you chose to share your story in absolute will.
Oh, thank you so much for making this a reality.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.